My name is Ken Hines and I'm the chair of Haringey Communities Against Violence. Community Against Violence was set up in 2018 as a direct response to the number of incidences that occurred around gang violence, knife crime, and the amount of young, particularly black men, that were placed on what we call the gang matrix. Communities Against Violence works on the principle that the community must be at the centre of any solution, and in particular the black community, who are disproportionately affected by street violence. As a young man who grew up in this local area and have experienced firsthand the, as they call it nowadays, the unbiased consciousness that's inherent in the system that we in the black community call systemic racism. For example, in education, we're from a primary school, we're buttonholed into being something that we don't want to be. For example, I wanted to be an astronaut, but I was told I could not be an astronaut because there was no black astronaut. But instead, I need to become some kind of builder or work on the shop floor in a food store. This has an effect on my confidence, which then got me into the criminal justice system. And I found, from my experience, that I was dealt with much harsher than my white counterpart for the crimes I got involved with. What I've found through my lived experience is the connection between the trauma that I experienced in my early childhood that went on to just be part of my everyday nature, which what we call a part of my pattern growing up. And I believe this is key to bringing about, or this has been key in bringing about positive changes with some of these young men that I have been working with, who has been involved in gang violence, both as victims and perpetrator, to understand the link that what they're exhibiting is not just a reaction to society, but is something that coming from their younger childhood, which they are having to come to terms with. And it's only by us going back into that space in a safe environment where they feel comfortable in talking that we're able then to provide them with the necessary tools to deal with the fallouts. Because I'm absolutely of the belief that once that emotional trauma goes in your head, it never leaves you. But what we do, we can acquire tools to deal with the fallout much more effectively. And that's where Community Against Violence steps in, and it's got a unique style of making that change. We offer a number of different programs. A community unique 24-hour hotline where any member of the community can ring up and give us any sort of information about the concerns around what's happening locally. We also run a community outreach program, which is simply going into hotspots and stopping confrontation turning into violence. We also act as a bridge between the community and the police, particularly around aggressive stop and search, which sometimes lead to heightened tension within our community. And finally, we offer our Auntie and Uncles program, which is simply a mentoring program for young people who's at risk of being involved or are involved in gang violence. I believe it's important for you to get a flavour of what that work may look like. So what I've done is put together a short video of some of the work that I have done heading up Community Against Violence that speaks volume to what is needed here and now for us going forward to have a positive impact on the violence.
And as we chatted, I got to see what that looks like in practice.
All right, guys, yes. Oh my goodness, all right.
Ken, what are we witnessing? What's just gone on?
Well, it's quite clear that something's kicked off, and because I see the police has closed in on him, it seems that they probably know that he's probably, from the way that they've acted, these are the undercover police who's actually probably pointing him out, and the way that they rocked up to him and put him straight into handcuff, it seems that they probably know something much, you know, he's fitting the description that they're probably looking for.
Is that stop and search?
That is a stop and search. That is definitely a stop and search.
How does that make you feel?
To me, it's a regular thing. It's nothing new. But the fact is, just because we see this happen, we just don't want to make the assumption that it's what it is.
As they continue their questioning, Ken decides to see if he can be of any assistance. Within moments, it's clear he's made a difference, as any heat is taken out of the situation and things are clarified.
I just wanted to find out what was going on, what was that about, and it's turned out that the police have got some intelligence that up to 40 young people were seen ready to rocking up to go and have a fight. And they've been given the intelligence, they've come down, as soon as the police come down, they've all run off. And so the police is just out looking to see what's going on. And they've actually picked up this young man as a suspect, but then they've realised he's been excluded from the inquiries. And the police asked me to say, keep an eye out, that if I do see any group, have a conversation and see what's going on and to squash it. This is what we do.
Eventually released, I get the chance to meet the subject of the police's stop and search, and Ken is keen to give him a pep talk about his rights and responsibilities.
My advice to you is always just stop, comply, regardless whether you think it is right or wrong, and complain. This is the card that I give to young people. That we've got more details on my website, but it's important. The top tip is really it's about keeping calm. So I'm sorry that you did that, but please, what I would ask you to do, please reach out, give me a call. Let's have a deeper conversation, because you could be an ambassador for stop and search, understand? You know what I'm saying? To learn from this experience, because you can tell other young people what happened to you when you did what you did. You hear what I'm saying? And you was innocent. You're just afraid. So please, I'm your uncle, you hear what I'm saying? And I'm out here to safeguard you.
He also wants to find people in the community who can join him. In particular, he thinks victims of crime can help those who commit crime realise the consequences of their actions. One such person is Pauline.
Tell us your story.
Well, quite a while ago, maybe a couple of years ago, I was a victim of knife crime. It only just came to surface recently because I blocked it out. And it was a whole gang. They pull a knife and put it to my throat, rubbing it against my neck. So I couldn't really move at all. So I think must have been about, could be 10, 15 minutes. Eventually, the guys, because it was a group of men, they're saying, "Oh, come on, just let her go, let her go, let her go." And he moved the knife, but then there was a bit of blood there. I got home. I was in shock. I didn't say anything to anybody for years. So one thing I will say is that I've done a lot of community stuff in the community support. They need to stop killing each other. We need to live. You need to live, and I want to tell you, you need to live. You have a purpose. You have a destiny. You need to live. Your parents are crying. There's too much drops of blood crying. People are crying too much, and there's too much funerals. You know, people are going to graveyard every minute, the graveyard, and burying young people.
With your passionate message, and you really have been through a real trauma, and even these years later, I can see that pain in your eyes. Would she not make a great auntie for your group?
I know you would. Because Pauline, when you tell me about the street pastors and the things that you have done already, I know. And it's just not just we're dealing with the low level, we're dealing with all levels.
Yeah.
Chris sent me to meet Ken because he wanted me to see the other side of stop and search, and I really feel like I've done that.
I'll be honest, Ken, I came here today to give you a hard time and to challenge what's going on here right now. But we've met a victim, I've seen what you're doing in the community, and hats off to you. You have maximum respect from me. Well done.
Thank you so much, but look, it's not about me, it's about making a difference. We've seen victims in different shades here in that small space of time, but we work on both sides. We don't have victim and perpetrators, we just have be non-judgmental, and we just want to stop the violence. And you can only do so by working on both sides to diffuse the situation and get them together to look at each other in a more positive way.
Form a line! Form a line! Come on!
Do not go for the bait. Keep it peaceful. We're all together in this. We're not here to cause any violence. We're not here to retaliate. We want to keep the peace. We can do that together, so please.
Stop talking to the police. Listen to me, Uncle, yeah? As a youth. We don't need to worry about them, Uncle. We need to worry about us right now. So what I'm saying to you, Uncle, you're not wrong, and I respect you, Uncle. I respect you, but what I'm saying to you is, this is what matters right now, not them. Don't talk to them, talk to the youth. It's the youth that need you, Uncle. The youth need you.
Our life matters. I tell you, the youth, stand with us. Bring your friends out. Just like how we come out to fight each other. Let's come out to fight the fucking system.
No justice. No justice. No justice. I've been demonstrating since 1976. So I've been in plenty riots. I've been in plenty uprising. I've been in Notting Hill Carnival uprising. We've been all over. Broadwater Farm, Brixton. We've been all over. But listen. We've got to do it in a different way, right? The way we've got to do it is stand strong. Stay strong. Don't let them provoke you. Keep the peace. We're here for peace. We are our brother's keepers. We must not get baited by the man them. United we stand. United we stand. United we stand. We don't want to throw nothing at the police. Don't give them the reason to come and kneel on our necks. Not in my name. Not in George's name. Not in our name. Let's show them that we can be disciplined. We have it. We owe it to ourselves. We owe it for those who's going to come after us. Thank you.
Well done, bro.
Young man, I've got your back. Know your rights, okay? And this is just if you're getting arrested, what you have to do, okay? Young man, just take this up as well. There we go,
That
yeah?
was an incredible speech. I mean,
Yeah?
That was incredible. I had goosebumps the whole time. It was fucking amazing.
Thank
I mean,
you.
I was close to tears. So thank you so much, right?
Thank you.
I
All
really
right.
mean it.
Stand together. That is the point. We have proven a point. Me and you are standing together. But at the same time, we do it in peace and heart. We do it in peace. This is not what we want. We want to fuck the EDL. Yeah, so do I. So do I. But I can't bear watching other people might get roughed up. You're my brother. If I see my brother, I'm going to die for my brother. I can't do that to you guys. When the moment they touch one of you, I'm in. I'm on the front line.
Yo, run. Listen, I want to honour everyone that's turned out today. We were told not to come. We were told that we were going to get annihilated. But you know what? We stayed in our kingly space, and our queen stood up as warriors. We stood up, and we were peaceful, but we were resilient, and we're determined. So that be the message.
But I can see a lot of unit now. I can see a lot of police unit. I think they're all going towards Leicester Square. Guys, can I give you a lift? Can I give you a lift? This is what Haringey Independent Stop and Search Monitoring Group top 5 tips to avoid conflicts on a stop and search looks like.
Tip 1, stay calm. Keep your emotions under control, even if you think you've been unfairly stopped.
Tip number 2, ask questions. Most misunderstandings happen when the person doesn't understand why they're being stopped in a stop and search.
Number 3 is cooperate with the search, with the legal search as much as you can. Don't push the police's hands away so that you can walk away from the search safely.
Tip number 4, as a safeguard, always record the search or get someone to record it for you.
Tip number 5, guys. Get a receipt of your stop and search to safeguard yourself. You don't have to give over any personal information to get one, but make sure you get one to keep a copy of it.
If you're coming to a demonstration, you should be aware the police may cattle you. Should this happen to you, please stay calm until they let you go. You don't have to give any personal detail in order for them to set you free.
You're going to be by yourself in there.
Oh, fine.
Are you sure you're going to be okay?
I got this.
Is it loaded?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I'm not 100% sure.
How can you not know?
We're not actually going to fire it. It's just for show, to scare them.
You don't even know how to use it.
Of course I do.
So check then.
I don't need to.
Still check.
There's no need.
Because you don't know how.
Yes, I do.
I bet you don't.
I've seen bare guns, you know.
Am I supposed to be impressed?
I'm just saying.
There's a difference between seeing something and knowing how to use it.
It's the barrel.
Okay, great. Put it away.
I'm just showing you it works.
Okay. I believe you.
This bit's kind of mad, you know.
Are you going in or not?
Alright. Stay here and don't let anyone in there. If anybody tries to go inside, just, you know what to do, yeah?
Yeah, I got it. Are you sure you're going to be okay?
I got this. Everybody move! Don't look! Don't look! Don't look! Move to the side of the shop! Move! Put all the money in the bag now! Don't look! Don't look! I said put the money in the bag! Hurry up, man! Come on, load that! Load that! Stop looking! Yeah, there's bad, there's bad. Watch it, creep. Oh my days, that's cool. Count that.
Wow.
So much pain.
You want to be careful with that thing in your hand, bro. I'm going to buy so many packets of Doritos.
Oh my days, I can finally pay them back.
Yeah. Oh my God! LeBron!
Abdullah Mohammed, 16. Glendon Spence, 23.
Drink your drink. Roll like your drink your drink.
Community environment. Celebration. Today the sun's out, so am I. So that's a double win for me.
So first of all, you're looking very healthy and very energetic. What's going on?
Well, I'm celebrating 4 months of being in this space. We call it Community Against Violence McDonald's engagement here in Tottenham, Bruce Grove. And in the 4 months we have, while we've been in the space, there has been no violence.
Good, that's very good.
In fact, we have stopped confrontation turning to violence. Like you saw just now, the police rocked up. They had a report that someone's arm with a knife was here, but yet young people invaded the police space. But with us there, was able to talk to the young people so that things didn't escalate to where it doesn't need to get.
What's your plans? What are your plans? What are you looking to bring to the community?
I'm looking to show to the community that by us adults coming together, we can actually change the energy in the negative spaces. We can turn it from negative to positive. But it's got to take all of us to come out. And I'm saying, not as a vigilante, but this is on a peace level. We've got to show the young people that we've got their back. We don't want to see them in harm's way. That's where we are.
How can people reach you?
Well, we've got our promotional material, Community Against Violence hotline. You can call us if you got a talent or skill or you want to contribute in a positive way, or you can call us if you've got concern about any member of your family or friends, or you can call us if you believe imminent violence is about to happen and you don't want to give that information off to the police. We could be an alternative, so please use us.
Who's supporting you?
Well, we've got some funding from MOPAC, Knife Crime Initiative to stop knife crime.
Who are they?
The Mayor's Office for Policing and Crime, they're called. And Siddiq Khan is the mayor. And fortunately, we've got some funding this time around to do some pioneering work. That is just working with everyone in this space. Now, you've been here, you see how the young people are respecting people like myself and other members of staff who's here, because we've got to know them, they've got to know us, we've built up that trust, and we're able to stop them from actually getting themselves hyped up and create themselves a problem.
We saw earlier in your video, we saw some of the young people dancing with you. You're really cheering them up.
Yes, what I'm doing, as I said, it's better to see them dance than to see them angry and see them fighting. That's what I believe.
That's a very good positive way of seeing it. How would you maintain that towards them?
Well, even when the fund is all dried up, as it's going to be done imminently, we can be doing whatever it takes to put it on, because there's no alternative but for us to show young people that there's a different way.
Are you looking to bring some sort of program that could get them involved?
We've got programs for them to get involved. We've got programs to do with sports, to do with entrepreneurship, and to do with further education around English and maths. That's where we are.
How do you find this man?
I find him very healthy. He keeps most of them off the shoots, and kind of makes us feel safe in the area.
Would you recommend him to any other community?
Yeah.
Yeah? What makes you like him?
Mainly try to the little young ones that are out there off the streets.
Yeah.
And keeps them safe. Keeps them inside. Makes them stop doing that.
Cool, man. Thank you. I like your hairstyle, by the way.
Guys, come let's step back.
Balance. Balance. Hey.
You guys been down there about 3 times since I've been here, 4 hours. You've been here for 3 times.
That's the first time we've been here.
Well, no, maybe you, this unit, but another couple of units.
That's because all the complaints we're getting from members of the public.
What is the complaints?
People being robbed, drug dealing.
But since we've been here, there hasn't been no robbery.
I'm not saying right in this 3 hours, but there's a lot of reports
come from here.
Loads.
Yeah.
So do we just ignore it?
and not show a presence.
No, but at the moment, there hasn't been none of that now.
Yeah.
We've just.
But we can't turn up just before something happens, can we?
No, that's why we're here. That's why we're here. Community against violence.
That's why we're here as well.
Yeah,
we don't want people getting stabbed.
No, that's right. You're right. You're right. But it's just
we've got to work close together.
Exactly.
So
it
takes all
the merrier, isn't it? All the merrier.
I would like to see you guys there.
How can I call you? What's your name?
McKennedy, MK.
Obviously, you're here with Mr. Hines, right?
Yeah, Mr. Ken Hines.
How are you finding it going?
No, I think it's very good. It's very effective. We're making a difference on a lot of the young people.
Good. Would you say he's a good person to you, Mr. Hines?
Yeah, Mr. Hines, yeah. Ken Hines, yeah, he's got a good heart. He's very community orientated. He knows a lot of people in the community, and he's always looking to help people.
That's good. So what will be your support to Mr. Hines?
My support to Mr. Hines is basically I'm part of the project that he's in, which is the Community Against Violence project.
Yeah.
Whatever he needs from me, I'm there.